let you withdraw your money. A bank where almost $100 million has vanished.
From CoffeeZilla warning his audience about the Yotta saving scams.
Today we're talking about a bank promoted by YouTubers that's now become a casino and users can't get their money out.
To Dr. Mike warning about the dangers of Tommy Innit Vapely products, here are times YouTubers tried to warn their audience, starting with CoffeeZilla, who had many complaining that they couldn't withdraw their money from an app called Yotta. The app claimed to help people save more money by gamifying the entire experience. Each dollar saved earned users a digital lottery ticket, a chance to win weekly prizes. For a while, it looked innovative, safe, harmless, but CoffeeZilla didn't buy it. In a detailed video breakdown, he pulled apart the language Yotta used in their marketing. He dissected their business model, and then he started hearing from users, lots of them, people who had used the app for months, people who were promised high interest returns through weekly draws, people who tried to withdraw their savings and
your savings out. Well, my name is Colin. My savings was $53,105.95.
How much are you getting back?
Not a single penny.
Hey, my name's Dave. I lost more than $70,000. The balance I received back from Evolve was $0.
Hi, my name is Benjamin Schwartz. I had $43,000 that I put into my savings account. I consider myself one of the luckier ones in the situation. I was offered $36,000 back. So I lost a total of $7,000 in the situation.
the app would glitch, support would go silent, payouts were delayed. Some said they were locked out altogether. CoffeeZilla warned this wasn't just bad customer service, this was a system that lured users in with fun animations and prize pools, then made it extremely difficult to leave.
We're gonna have to map out what's really going on here. All of the people you've been hearing from save their money in fintech companies like Yotta, Juno, and others. Slick financial apps that are not banks, but took deposits while advertising FDIC insurance. They did this using a middleman called Synapse to connect them with a real bank called Evolve Bank and Trust, who was FDIC insured in the event of a bank failure. So FDIC insurance, which is an American program where banks are insured with up to $250,000 against bankruptcy failure, it doesn't apply here because a bank didn't fail. A middleman did. Theoretically, everyone's money should still be safely held at Evolve.
Then there was Markiplier. Years before browser extension scams became the trend, he warned his viewers about clones of the Honey extension.
I don't know why, but I naturally distrust Honey.
Most people know Honey now, the browser tool that automatically applies coupon codes when shopping online. A helpful tool bought by PayPal, promoted by dozens of YouTubers. But around 6 years ago, Markiplier told his fans to be cautious, because back then, fake versions of Honey were floating around app stores and shady corners of the internet. They looked identical, same logo, same function, but under the hood, they were spyware. These fake Honey extension would watch your browsing, steal passwords, access sensitive info, and Markiplier, known for horror games, not cybersecurity, was still ahead of the curve. He warned that browser extensions should never be downloaded from third-party sites, that even one wrong click could give scammers total access to your life.
Sense, but the other part doesn't make sense, and then something's going on here. Where's all this money coming from?
People didn't take it seriously until the scam exploded in scale a few years later. Now, browser hijacking is routine, and Markiplier's warning sits in his archive as one of the earliest signs. But it didn't stop there, because PewDiePie tried warning his audience about the dark side of Ryan's world. Back in January,
Hours on television, because like their parents are literally forcing them to do it, and it's just something sad about it.
3rd, 2017, he uploaded a video calling out what would become the most powerful children's brand on YouTube, Ryan's World. PewDiePie didn't target the child, he targeted the system, the merch, the brand deals, the flood of toy promotions. He warned that the content, while innocent on the surface, was part of a machine designed to monetize children's attention.
Who will you hatch?
See, she doesn't even let him finish, and he was clearly about to say something there.
And it wasn't just toys, it was targeted advertising, hidden sponsorships, a playroom full of products.
Have you ever seen a video with 11 million views and 9,000 likes? Please direct me to that video, because it doesn't exist. These are not real people. These are not real views.
With a sales strategy behind every single one, the tone wasn't angry, it was quiet, controlled.
Can you do it again, baby? But can you do it with more energy?
More energy?
Yeah. Hey, here's a Red Bull. Okay. Mommy needs some dollars, so you need to look happy.
But it wouldn't be PewDiePie sounding the alarm again. Others joined in years later when lawsuits and government investigations began targeting Ryan's World for allegedly deceptive marketing. By then, it was too late. Then came the Sidemen. In 2024 and again in 2025, they found themselves at the center of a storm, not because of controversy, but because of how big their annual charity football matches had become. In 2025, the lineup featured names like Kai Cenat and Logan Paul, global stars. The tickets sold out faster than ever before, and that's when it happened. Fake sites, bots, resellers, scammers trying to exploit the frenzy. The Sidemen issued a warning. Bots and fake accounts are claiming to sell charity match tickets. These are mostly scams, and accounts were impersonating official Sidemen channels, selling fake digital tickets, requesting personal information.
We check on eBay, people are reselling.
I really dislike the fact that people have thought, there's a charity event, let me go and buy a ticket
disgusting.
so I can sell it to make 10 times the price of the ticket for myself.
Next up is Dr. Mike, a YouTuber, a real-life physician, and someone who found himself in the middle of a disturbing trend. One of them were the Vapely, which were being officially marketed under the name TommyInnit. Tom himself had involvement, including his image, his colors, his aesthetic were being used to target children. Dr. Mike didn't mince words. He took to his channel to warn parents and young viewers, stating that just because it has lots of nicotine doesn't make it cool, and it definitely doesn't make it safe for kids.
Disappointed by the news of TommyInnit's new viral product, Vapely. It's because it has more nicotine, does not make it healthier. I think it's an important message, and Tommy, please, brother, I ask as a doctor that's worried about children, remove the product off the market.
These vape products, often unregulated, were disguised as harmless and even kid-friendly. Dr. Mike explained how nicotine content didn't make something less dangerous. He pointed to addiction, to long-term lung damage, to a generation growing up thinking vaping was somehow safer than smoking, which brings us to Jacksepticeye, a creator known for energy, honesty, and rarely stepping into drama. But in one rare moment, he said something that cut through the noise. He didn't call out one scam. He called out the system. Jacksepticeye warned that YouTube, the platform itself, was shifting from creativity to strategy, from fun to numbers. And he pointed to one of the biggest influences of that shift. He didn't insult him nor hated him, but he said very clearly that YouTube had become an arms race for views and spectacle.
Would you say YouTube changed for the worse?
Yes.
Do you like Mr. Beast?
No.
Jack. Oh! Do you think Mr. Beast ruined YouTube?
Yes.
He wasn't wrong. More creators had started designing videos for algorithms instead of people. More thumbnails were turning into ads.
Because it became more about views, money, and popularity than it did about having fun.
Jack's warning wasn't loud. It wasn't meant to trend, but it was there. A quiet observation from someone who had seen YouTube change and knew what it used to be. He wasn't pointing at one scam. He was pointing at the cost of growth and how platforms, even unintentionally, start rewarding manipulation over meaning.